There is a major issue that concerns the million and especially the Delhi Heights. It's the health of the Yamuna River. In past, several claims, promises has been made, but no improvement has been seen in the quality of the Yamuna River. Today, on our special segment, we are going to discuss about the Yamuna cleanup and conservation. How the government and the people of the India is going to contribute in the cleaning of the Yamuna River. Today, joining us, a very special guest. He is the environmentalist, he is the climate activist who has worked a lot in the cleanup drive of the Yamuna River. Joining me, Mr. Sandy today, and we will be talking about the initiative that the government is taking and what needs to be done. Sandy, thank you so much for talking to Newsx. So let's begin with as we are close to the end of the year, what progress, how would you describe the progress made this year as far as the cleanup of the Yamuna is concerned?
So first of all, good morning to Delhi people and people of Bharat. So government is doing commendable work from past 11 months to 1 year. If you can see the expansion of STPs, government ordered few months back, you also covered and India News also covered that news. Government already ordered about the STPs expansion. So on large scale, we'll able to treat the sewerage wastewater. Once these STPs will be operational, that is one step that government done. That is one of the commendable step that I want to say in 2025 to mitigate the Yamuna's pollution. And apart from that, government conducted too many awareness drives related to our religious practices, where we are directly dumping our idols in a river. So that's not the part of our religious practices, as you can see. So there are some misconceptions happened. So because of those misconceptions, people are usually dumping the idols made with POP and many other such materials which are not easily able to compost. So these all things government doing rigorously, and change is not a process of 1 day or 1 month or 1 year. Because if you see the level of pollution that we are discussing today, that's not happened in a day. Because this has happened because of the ignorance of past 15-20 years of different governments. So I'll not specifically comment of any government, because if you see the efforts made by the current government from past 1 year, these are clearly visible. The intention behind the change, because if you see once the STP will be operational, once the people will be more aware and about their responsibility when it comes to the civic sense, when it comes to the right religious practices, then definitely we are able to mitigate the Yamuna's pollution.
Also, what did you think? What are the key initiatives that the government has taken as far as reducing the pollution in the Yamuna is concerned?
About Yamuna, recently we saw the Chhat was celebrated in a very good manner in Delhi. And one part I have already told about the awareness. Government is currently running so many awareness campaigns in colleges, in schools, in societies about the right practices, about the waste management within their individual level, within their household. So these are the practices and responsibility we also have to taken care, because government solely is not responsible for the Yamuna's pollution. And being an individual, being a responsible citizen of this country and being a responsible citizen of Delhi, we also have to shake the hand of government. Then only this change can be possible. If you thinking so that government is only doing this thing and once the STP will be operational, then things will be okay and fine, that's not gonna be fine. Because you also need to participate in these change that is going to happen in past like coming 1 or 2 years. So definitely you also have to make a equal contribution along with government of Delhi, government of India.
What did you think are the major source of the that is affecting the Yamuna today?
Major source one is household waste. When we spoken about the expansion of STPs. So basically our STPs are running over capacity. These are overloaded because when these STPs were made, that time there was an assumption, there was population assumption. But if you see these STPs running from past 10-15 years, but there is a huge population increase in Delhi. That is one reason. Second reason, we are consuming more water. So because of that, on household level, we are generating more waste. So once we generating this more waste, we need more STPs because our STPs don't have much capacity to treat that sewerage water. So that is one reason. Second reason, there is lack of civic sense. As I told, there are people who are dumping the idols. There are people who are dumping the dry garbage directly on the rivers. So that is second part. That is lack of community awareness, then lack of community responsibility. So these major two challenge. Third challenge is about the untreated industrialist waste that is directly dumped in the river Yamuna without the proper treatment of that waste water. So for that also recently our honorable Minister of Environment Sri Manjinder Singh Sirsa told that he recently just taking such step where they'll ban such industry who are not properly compiling with these laws.
Also, as the year is ending, there will be a new year with new hopes, with new work that the government should do and should come up with. Also, what should be the main priorities for the government in the Yamuna cleanup?
So for main priority, if I'll talk one thing, government need to strictly monitor the STPs. So they can properly check weekly or monthly whether STPs are working properly or not. And they can also check the data, measure data, scientific data related to the quality of Yamuna's water, whether it will be BOD, whether it will be different parameters that we checking just to check the water quality. And another thing, government can just raise the awareness campaign more rigorously so that we can aware more people about their civic sense in terms of their religious practices, in terms of dry waste dumping, open dumping, open garbage dumping. That is second step maybe government can take care in 2026. And third thing, the government can closely monitor the industries who are openly dumping this untreated industrial waste water. That is third step. I just want to suggest that already government doing, but I just suggest government can do it more rigorously. And intention is already, as I mentioned, government have clear intention. They're doing lot of effort, they're doing lot of initiative and steps, and these are commendable if you compare from past 15-20 years. So as change we can't do in a day or in a year, and definitely in 2026 it's clearly seems with the efforts of Ministry of Environment, we are definitely able to mitigate Yamuna's pollution.
Also, as you mentioned, Environment Minister Marjinder Singh Sirsa has clearly stated that any industries that is polluting the Yamuna River or creating pollution in the national capital, no warning will be given and the strict action will be taken. The industry will be sealed very soon after finding that it's creating the pollution. Also, as you mentioned, people are throwing the idols, dumping the idols or throwing the flowers, as we can clearly see here also. On the banks of the river Yamuna also, there are a lot of polythenes, flowers, and the diyas are, people have thrown on the banks of this particular place, on the banks of the river Yamuna. So as a climate activist, what would you suggest, what the people should do, where they should dump these things, what they can use, how they can use these flowers?
So being an environmentalist, I have just one suggestion on this river, either any river bank. So on river bank, we can develop some sort of such kind of beans where they can in one bean, after the religious practices, they can just dump the flower in one bean, they can dump the maybe clothes in another bean, and they can dump the maybe dry waste in terms of polythene in another bean. And then municipal corporation pick up those all things in a segregated way, and that can be used for a purpose, maybe for recycling, maybe for reuse. So this is the easiest step I can just recommend to government. If you see the river bank, so we can easily make such like 3-4 big bins. So through those bins we can collect this waste, maybe this polythene, plastic waste, dry waste, then flower waste. So in a segregated manner we can just put it big bins and spread some awareness After doing your spiritual and religious practices here, you can dump this not waste, you can dump this different steps in these segregated bins.
Definitely. Also, what are the challenges that is still lies ahead as a government also move forward as we move forward towards the cleanup of the Yamuna River? What do you think? What are the challenges ahead?
First challenge, as I told, because government is doing their duty in a right way, but government is also spreading. There is so much awareness about these practices and this waste dumping techniques, where you have to dump the waste, what will be the right place, what will be the right people to hand over your waste. But still people are not you know fulfilling their own responsibility, you will see. So that is one thing. Government just need to be more strict on this part. So maybe government can as I told, make some sort of bins. Then after that, government maybe also started government can also start some sort of more awareness programs, not specifically in schools or colleges or in societies. Apart from that, on such kind of places also, where these practices are actually happening. And government can also start monitoring people who are dumping waste directly in Yamuna, maybe strictly fined, maybe strictly get some sort of punishment, because then only these things can be controlled. Because from past many years we are habitual of these things. These things are happening regularly after so many of awareness campaigns and such stuff.
So finally, what message you want to give to the citizen of the country? And as we come to the new year, so what resolution should the government take as far as the climate is concerned, as far as the Yamuna cleanup is concerned?
So one message I just want to pass away to government. One thing, government just strictly monitor the STP's operation, whether they are properly operational or not. And second thing, government also equally monitor the quality of Yamuna's water through different scientific parameters, to just check the quality of water, whether it's improving or not. As I can see, it's much better if I compare to past 1 year or 2 year. Government is working. Because of that only this improvement we can clearly see and it's visible. And second thing, to the individual, to the community people, I have message. It's not government responsibilities only, it's your responsibility also, it's our responsibility also. It's easy to criticize the government, it's easy to demand for change in a day, but change never happened in a day or in a month. So we have to equally handshake with the government, we have to participate in the government's campaign to mitigate the Yamuna's pollution. So instead of criticize government, we all have to come together in a page to fight with the Yamuna's pollution.
So with this, thank you so much for such insightful discussion. So as we end this special segment, what we have come to an end, or we can conclude this as saying that the future of the Yamuna River is in the hands of the people of the country, and also with the efforts that the government takes. As far as the Yamuna is concerned, the government has done, but there's a lot that needs to be done for making the Yamuna shine once again. I'm Arzu Seth with video journalist Himanshu Negi for Newsx in Delhi.